Oops, my heart went.
Fuck, shit. Bitch, don't ask me who I be on. I'm just trying to hit it with my Gucci on.
Some guy asked me the other day, am I the only guy you're talking to? And I told him no. Am I the only girl you're talking to? And he told me yes. Now, whether he's lying or telling the truth, that's not my job to find out. But what I'm going to say is stop protecting their egos. If they're not the only ones you're talking to, you tell them that. And if they are, if I feel like someone's really serious about me and I really like them and they really like me, then yes, they're probably the only person I'm talking to. But if I don't know where we stand and you haven't made it clear, it's because you don't want to make it clear. So yeah, I'm gonna talk to other people. So I don't feel bad about that, and I don't know why we're always protecting their egos. They don't give a fuck about hurting our feelings. You're ugly, okay?
Honestly, I'm at the point in my life where I can't even tell my friends whether I'm seeing someone or casually dating because I'm so excited about it, and I tell them everything, and then 2 weeks later they're like, what happened to Brad? And I'm like, who the fuck's Brad?
Guys, what is going on? It is Taylor the Fiend back again with another response video, and on today's show, guys, we're going to be talking about a pretty important topic here, which is girls will lie about the amount of dudes that they're seeing. Okay, we got all these dudes out here just believing anything that comes out of these people's mouths when they talk about their dating history. Gentlemen, trying to talk to women about dating is an absolute joke. Okay, we've got dudes who, I had a guy over on Patreon ask me the other day, and he said, Taylor, you know, this girl said that I'm the other guy that she's talking to. Should I believe her? And I told him no. Okay, women will lie about the amount of men that they're talking to. You may think that you're the only guy that she's talking to, but that is rarely ever the case, if ever. You know, people want to tell me, oh, Taylor, Instagram's not a dating app. All these apps aren't dating apps. Yes, they are, guys. Any app where you can create a profile and display yourself, women will use as dating apps, guys. I don't care if it's Instagram. I don't care if it's Discord, okay? People want to attract the attention of all these other people and then try and pass it off as though they're just friends. Like, haven't we all heard that one before? But guys, we're going to be having a bit of a discussion here, and you know, I'm not going to be doing the regular TikTok compilation because, to be quite honest with you, gentlemen, I'm pulling my hair out, both the anime hair and my real hair, going through an entire video, half an hour going through that crap. So we're going to be watching some of The Witcher 3 as we have a discussion together. So guys, make sure you leave your thoughts and your comments as we go through. But I thought, you know, a good way to start this off would be maybe go through a Reddit story. So I'm going to pull one up momentarily as I switch screens, and we will just jump right into the goodness. Okay, so this one was submitted to the channel a couple days ago, and it is titled, My 24-year-old male girlfriend who is 23 occasionally texts her friends with benefits, and it makes me uncomfortable. Hi everyone, going to keep this as non-ranty and decluttered as possible. My girlfriend is wonderful, loving, very kind to me, and is generally pretty good at communicating. I never snoop, go on her phone, or anything of the like, and is even remotely disrespectful, to her of our relationship. Occasionally, over the past year, 2 to 3 times, I would see a text sprinkled in from someone while we were together, who I had assumed she had some sort of relationship with in the past. Lots of posts were on social media, was never mentioned to me as a friend, whereas every other friend I know everything about. Guys, this is really important for men in particular to understand, okay? And I'm going to switch back to the gameplay as we crack into this. Girls will try and pass off men as, oh, he's just a friend. Okay, and if your gut, you know, this goes for both the men and the 6 women who watch the channel, guys. If your gut is telling you that something is up, it probably is. I've literally seen women you know, have to try and open up discussions with past flings that they've had in front of their boyfriends, and their boyfriends have not known that he has been a past fling. If you see what I'm saying here, gentlemen, like, girls will literally go out in public with their boyfriends, and make no mistake, there'll be a bunch of guys. Let's just say you go to like one area of a city, right? Like you go to the same clubs or something like that. And let's just say you've there are dudes out there with their girlfriends, and they run into, you know, sometimes multiple men of in the same night that their girlfriend has been with, and he doesn't know. Okay, it's just absolutely ridiculous. The state of dating in 2021, gentlemen, is really comparable to to fast food dating. Okay, it's what's the next shiny thing? What's the next thing I can get involved in, man? And when you want to talk about, for example, you know, women's makeup and stuff like that, guys, these people are out here and they want to say, oh, I'm not dressing up for other people. I do it for myself. What a load of absolute crap, man. We got dudes out here in relationships, right, where their girls are dressing up, you know, looking absolutely as best as they possibly can when they go out, and when they come home, the husband or the long-term boyfriend and stuff like that, oh, she'll be wearing a hoodie and some track pants and stuff like that. You know, and guys will say, oh, well, why does she do that? Why does she do that? The reason why she does that, guys, is because she's trying to attract other potential partners. Girls, that is why girls go out to nightclubs and have these girls' nights and stuff like that. They're not going out to have girls' nights, right? They're going out there to attract other dudes. And they'll lie to you about your face, and you know, and the thing is, like, if they go out and they find dudes and stuff like that, be prepared to be called insecure if you don't like it. Right, if you say, hey, you know, I don't like you doing girls' nights, here's how I feel, she's not going to care, dude. She's probably going to blame it on you. You want to talk about feelings in a relationship, guys, like, this is something that we will continue to bring up on the channel many times over, I'm sure, into the future, which is that people don't care about your feelings as a dude. And guys, please don't misunderstand what I'm saying here. You know, I'm not saying that to be rude to you guys watching the channel. It's just that nobody cares, guys. You know, you'll get lied to and say, oh, we care about your feelings, we care about this and that. You know what you get called when you try to explain your feelings to someone, guys? Insecure. Right? We've all seen it before, dudes in relationships and stuff like that who will say, hey, I don't like you doing this particular thing. And then the girlfriend will just turn around and go, oh, well, you know, you're insecure. I should be able to do this. You're just imagining things. Please don't let people gaslight you into believing things. A lot of dudes will get out of relationships and think that they're just absolutely crazy because they've been gaslit the entire time. And I say this many times, guys, but girls will sit there and complain to you about gaslighting. Meanwhile, they'll be the literal best gaslighters that there are. It's pretty funny to watch. And when I say funny, I mean not funny at all, but let's continue with the video here. It got to a point where I pretty explicitly asked her who he was to her, given that I'd never heard of his name before, and she assured me that it was a very platonic acquaintance from college. She's very likely sensed the doubt in my face, and later that day told me that she had in fact hooked up with him once many years ago, and even later that day came back to tell me that she was being dishonest about hooking up with him only one time, only to find out that it was more along the lines of 3 to 4 times. One being within the few months before we started seeing each other last year. And this is what I say, guys, like, you might think that your relationship started at one point. Up until that point where things were official, please understand that she was talking to multiple men. She was probably, you know, having bedroom fun with them, and she'll probably continue to talk to men during your relationship, guys. Women who use Instagram and Tinder actively, guys, I can't sit here and honestly say to you that they're not talking to multiple men at a time, because the men will be trying to talk to them, guys. Like, we got plenty of simps out here that, you know, there's no shortage of them, and girls will want to keep those avenues open and say, oh, they'll never block the guy, right? And they'll complain, oh, look at how dudes talk to me, look at all this. They'll never block the guy, right? Because it's all that free attention, that free validation, which, by the way, you get used for if you're an orbiter. Just to make that clear, guys, like, I hammer on this all the time on the show. Please don't be giving up your attention and your time for free, okay? Because they will gladly take it, all right? Let's continue. We had a long, respectful talk about her being dishonest about it for a while that day, as a big thing to me is honesty in a relationship, regardless of how uncomfortable the conversation might be. But at the end of the day, I'm definitely glad she told me the truth and sort of understood understand that she was put on the spot with a weird question. It always amazes me, guys, and we're going to jump back into the footage here. You know, it always amazes me how when girls lie to men, right? When dudes get straight up disrespected to their face, they somehow turn around, right, and say, oh, well, she was put in an uncomfortable line of questions, you know? Me asking questions, that probably made her uncomfortable and probably put her on the spot. And are we just going to ignore the fact that this dude's girlfriend just lied to his face, guys? You know, guys will be so quick to overlook disrespect. It's honestly disgusting, guys. And I don't say it to be mean. I don't say that to be rude. It's just that we've got a lot of men in situations that they shouldn't be. You know, we've got a lot of dudes out here working really damn hard to try and make their girl happy, or try and provide income for their family and stuff like that. And they're in situations where they're not being respected, right? Nobody nobody cares about their feelings. Nobody cares about the amount of work that they put in. Hey, as long as the money comes in at the end of the day and he's there for her emotional support, then who the hell cares, right? And this is how dudes are treated in modern day. I'm not going to sugarcoat it, guys, and this isn't meant to be a pity party or anything like that. I just want to make it clear that, gentlemen, if you're out here and you're trying to talk to a girl and, you know, say, oh, this is how I feel, right? This is what this made me feel this particular way. She's not going to care. You know, she might feign caring here and there, but let me tell you this, she doesn't like it. Right? Girls don't like it when dudes talk to them like that. They'll have all this big talk about, oh, you know, men need to be emotional and all this crap. And then you look at their dating history, guys, and I can't emphasize this enough. The men who they're seeing, they're not emotional. In fact, a lot of times they're the complete opposite. A lot of times they're sociopathic, right? They don't have empathy, they care very little about other people, and then she wants to sit you there and try and make you that dude that's going to jump through all the hoops, guys. Please don't be fooling for that. And when I say that, I mean, that's not just limited to financial stuff, guys. Like, women will make men jump through hoops that are emotional, or doing these little tasks around the house, right? The girls will literally make their husbands into essentially unpaid laborers. Laborers where, in fact, he's paying a lot of the time money. Like, you know what I mean? But let's continue here momentarily as I pull up the wrong screen once again. So this one, let's keep going. I don't tell her what to do, in brackets, ever, right? So the extent of our closing conversation went along the lines of me pretty simply telling her the open line of communication with someone that she only had a friends with benefits relationship with made me pretty uncomfortable. It turns out they only exchanged texts where they were wishing one another happy birthday and him asking her about an item that her roommate was selling. But part of my admittedly often rumination-prone brain asks why she would ever be wishing her friends with benefits happy birthday in the first place. Maybe my expectations/boundaries are different than hers, but I cut off any and all contact with anyone I ever had a past with out of respect for my significant other. The outcome was her telling me she felt stupid for doing it and that she didn't really think about how it would make me feel, being her first real relationship. Guys, I'm telling you, man, a lot of these women, they don't have relationships. They don't have dudes at home. You'll see these women get to 30 and 40. They'll look at, oh, Becky down the street, Stacy, who's their friend from high school, and she'll see all these dudes getting married, and she's not sitting there with a ring. And it really eats away at them, guys. Like, girls will go there. Girls will go most of their lives without having a serious relationship, all the while begging everyone for a relationship because they're passing up the good guys. They're passing up dudes who would actually give a crap about them and actually do things for them, and they're getting with men who, quite frankly, have no interest in them, and they try and ply the interest out of him, and once they get the interest, they get bored anyway. It's a really incredibly stupid cycle, guys. I can't put it any other way. Let's continue. The outcome was her telling me that she felt stupid for doing it, and she really didn't think about how it would make me feel, being her first real relationship, blah, blah, blah. She apologized and told me that she had blocked him on everything, without me pressuring, asking, or telling her to do anything. I don't know, guys, I think that's a lie. She probably hasn't. At the very least, she probably still has a couple lines of communication open with him that, if brought up in the future, she will have quote-unquote forgot about. Let's continue. But even after all of that, part of me still ruminates as to why she kept that line of contact open in the first place, even if they were only short, somewhat meaningless conversations, and her need to be dishonest with me about it. Reading through these Reddit posts helped me so much, given the tough, real advice you all give to the original posters, and would genuinely love some for myself to gain any sort of closure so my brain can stop thinking, even if it's me being told I'm insecure, kind of an idiot, or whatever the comments may be. Thank you. Notice how he's already expecting to be called insecure? Right, like he's already sitting there thinking to himself, oh yeah, like I'm ready for the insecure comments, because guys, that's the norm. You know, what did we talk about recently? It's that is the complete and utter norm for men to be called insecure over this kind of crap. And you're not, guys. Like, you're actually using common sense, and you're asking yourself the question, hey, why would my girl be talking to an ex-friends with benefits? And here's the thing. This friends with benefits, like he said, I think, continued up until the point at which they got into a relationship. What that means to me, guys, is he didn't want a relationship. She probably did, but he probably didn't. Okay, she probably girls will literally see multiple dudes at the same time, not be able to get commitment from them, and then maybe she'll go, I want to be in a relationship. So what she'll do is she'll get in one, but she'll still be talking to those dudes who she couldn't have relationships with because maybe they didn't want her or whatever the case may be, which is that is usually the case. Okay, and a lot of girls, they waste a hell of a lot of time doing this. Most of them don't even get into relationships, guys. I mean, you check TikTok, and we pull up TikToks all the time on this show, guys. Let me tell you this, they're not hard to find. Okay, they're not difficult to find. A lot of them are sent in, yes, guys, but if I ever need to look for one, it's not as if it's a difficult task where a woman's sitting there complaining about her dating life as if it's any level of difficult. Okay, dating lives for women, guys, it's like they're playing on easy mode, and it's like they're playing a video game, right? And they're playing on easy mode, and all they're doing is they're just running into the first boss with no weapons, getting smacked down, and then complaining about the balance in the game. That's what they're doing. That is essentially what they're doing. Girls are playing on the most absolute easy mode possible, and then complaining about the fact that they get smacked. And they're running out there with no weapons and no plan and all this kind of crap. I mean, you can't make it any more simple. And I get a lot of emails from you guys. I get a lot of Patreon questions and stuff like that where you guys will ask me, you know, what's the future of dating? Where do we go from here, you know? And guys, let me tell you this. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It's not going to get any better. Okay, it absolutely isn't. Men who are out here trying to commit to women are going to have more and more of a difficult time. If you want to live the player life, if you want to go out there and you just want to have fun, that'll probably go over well for you. Like if you, and when I say that, you know, yeah, you still have to be extremely careful. But what I'm trying to say is, you know, girls are giving it up for free, guys. Okay, you might run into some, you know, believe all women type crap, or you might run into some safety concerns, guys. But it's not necessarily going to be a difficult task for you if you're a good-looking dude. Okay, and dating in 2021, as I said, gentlemen, you know, for the guy who's out there looking to build a family, have an environment where he can commit safely, it's not going to get any better, guys. Because what has happened is women have access to every dude. You know, she doesn't just have access to you and like your small circle of friends, and she's selecting among you guys as it was back in the day. You know, she'd be limited to where she was. These women can literally contact men from anywhere in the world, and make no mistake, they're doing it because the men are contacting them. I've had this discussion before, guys. Someone tried to tell me, Taylor, you know, Instagram's not a dating app. They don't market it as a dating app, so clearly it's not. Guys, Instagram is a dating app. TikTok is a dating app. Anywhere that you can portray yourself as an individual is a dating app. Okay, and like I said at the very beginning of the video, guys, women will treat it like that way. See, it's the men who are naive. A lot of dudes don't really understand what's going on because, one, you know, there's not always a father figure in the house. Like, I'm just going to give it to you straight, guys. Men are on their way out of the family unit. They are being shoved out of the family unit. I don't care how many videos we watch and we go through together where single mothers will complain about, oh, he ain't crap. You know, he was never there for me. A lot of these women, what they're doing is they're saying the dudes aren't there for them. But any guy who would give them the world, and God forbid, any guy who wants to take care of his son or daughter, oh, believe me, they're getting shoved out of the family system, okay? So for whenever women complain about the fact that there isn't a dude in their life taking care of things, it incites a reaction in me, guys. And when I say incites a reaction, it means I don't care at all. I cannot raise empathy for people who repeatedly put themselves in stupid situations, and not only themselves, guys, but their children too. Like, I just cannot raise any empathy for that kind of situation. Okay, because that dude, you know, probably got gone, you know, ran through the divorce courts and stuff like that, and we're supposed to sit here and we're supposed to be empathetic for women who threw it all away. Guys, I just simply can't. Maybe some of you in the comments can, you know, let me know what your thoughts are on that. But all these single mothers out here, and this is a discussion that we're going to have many times over, I'm sure, are just a waste to invest into, guys. It really is. But gentlemen, we're going to be moving on momentarily to today's last Reddit story. So I'm just going to pull that up for us here. And thank you guys for submitting this stuff in. So I don't have to be trolling through this crap every day, guys. Like I said, I'm really starting to pull my hair out here. So we're just going to jump straight into this one. And this one is titled, I, a 22-year-old female, just broke up with my boyfriend of 6+ years. Too long didn't read. I was unhappy for the past year due to various reasons and decided to end it last night. The breakup was the hardest I've ever had to do, but was mostly amicable near the end. I'm now having serious misgivings about what I've done, and I'm looking for advice on where to go from here. Let's start by saying that I love my ex. He had a few faults leading up to this point, but overall he is a great guy who I know loves me more than anything. Breaking up is something I've thought about doing for months now, but I didn't get the courage to do it until recently. So last night was my first night alone and it didn't go well at all. A pressing sense of loneliness now set in and I'm scared. I've been with my ex since I was 15. I often don't even remember what life was like without him, so how can I know it'll be okay now that he's gone? I don't really have many friends either, so it's not like I can distract myself, by the way. I'm just stuck at home looking at all of his stuff and wondering if I made the biggest mistake of my life. I know this probably sounds and is dramatic, but I don't know what to do. I guess I'm just looking for advice on where to go from here. I feel like my world is ending, although I know how stupid that sounds, and I'm just so lost and scared. Anything is appreciated. Thank you, guys. You know, this is a story that we will see repeat itself many, many times, as the year unfolds, guys, where women will notice how she didn't say why they broke up. Oh, he's a fantastic guy. He's a great man. You know, he's all of these positive things, and I know he cares very much about me. And you know what? I decided to break up with him, and now I'm regretting it. Guys, she's probably not attracted to him. And she can't say that because attraction is not a thing that is, let's just put it this way. It's not always the thing that's moral. You know, she's literally, girls will literally break up with a dude because, they try and do everything for them and because they try and be nice and give her the world. A lot of these girls, man, they'll sit here, and I'll make this point, until I'm blue in the face. They'll sit here and they'll say that they want a good guy, but that's not what they respond to, man. They don't respond to that at all. They respond to the guy who doesn't give a crap about them. This girl's sitting here complaining about being lonely and stuff like that. And let me tell you, she's on a path, guys. And that path is she's probably going to be, in the future, when girls get out of long-term relationships, guys, we all know what happens. Again, I've got to keep it, PG friendly for over here on YouTube, guys, but when women get out of relationships, particularly long-term ones, it is a complete and utter mess. Okay, and oftentimes they can never really return to being content in a relationship that the guy actually cares about them in. Because what happens is the relationship will break up, she'll go out there and see a bunch of bad boys because she wants to, right? And she's never going to be content with a guy who actually gives a crap about her anymore, right? And we will talk about this on the channel all the time, okay, where those good guys, those good men, notice how she says, oh, he's a great guy. He cares about me very much, but that's not enough for her, guys, because she would rather prioritize going out there and having fun with bad boys than actually having a loving and caring and enduring relationship. Because apparently, guys, you want to talk about relationships in 2021, people don't seem to want to talk about the sacrifice element of that anymore. A lot of girls want to be wives, guys, but they don't really want to be wives, if you see what I'm saying. Like, they want the ring, but they don't really want to be wives, okay? But gentlemen, we're going to be leaving today's show there. As always, leave your thoughts and comments below. What did you think about today's Reddit stories as well as the TikToks? And we are going to be leaving it there. Guys, make sure you come and join the locals link in the description. It is totally free to join. I made a promo code for it as well, so if you're looking to become a supporter, the first month will be totally free, and the promo code in all capitals is Fiendish. So make sure you go and join that. The link for that will be in the description. And as always, guys, make sure you're taking care of yourselves, and I'll be seeing you boys in the next episode. Peace.